We're going to talk today about wrist cock. And getting into what I found interesting. This has been planned for a few months, but October, November, Golf Digest issue. If you're a PGA professional, you get a complimentary copy of this. And it's John Rahm, swing shorter, hit it further. To me, that's a bit of an oxymoron. And I'll explain to you why as we go here. John Rahm, if you've watched him, has a very fast tempo, and he has a full shoulder turn, but the club at the top that's what Golf Digest is referring to as shorter. He has no wrist cock, and I'll show you what that means and how you get more wrist cock and today I've added 30 some degrees to my wrist cock. It has to do, well, you'll see what it has to do with as we move forward. No, interestingly, when we talk about distance increase, Dr. Jim Smith, Dr. Smith has been with us 30 some years. You've heard me hopefully, I introduced him before. He and I in the 90s went to Raleigh, Durham to pick up a launch monitor, and it was donated for the research in the Centinela lab. Dr. Smith is a physicist, the developer of the AccuSport, which was the launch monitor, was a physicist also. Anyway, we got it donated. Dr. Smith set it up in the Centinela lab, and he also subsequently set up, if you're familiar with Dr. Jim Sutty, set up Dr. Sutty's system for him in Florida. Dr. Smith went on to develop all the algorithms that we've used in measuring body mass and looking and getting our stance widths, development of the app, and now here we are. We don't need the measurements. We do need the measurements for the grip size, but we're able to bypass a lot of that. So what Dr. Smith has done, he's still with us, and he has a theory, and I think that what we've said for years, that when you're in balance, right balance professionals are easy to say, when you're in balance, you're going to pick up a half to a full club of distance. I've said that for 10 years. And George Paczynski was talking to me a few weeks ago on the phone saying, I just had a student in, so it was pretty remarkable. He picked up 5 miles per hour, and I forget the distance, but it was like 10 to 15 yards just through a fitting and learning proper sequencing. And what I have in my hand, it's a draft, and the research still needs to be done. But Dr. Smith has done the math, and that is a graph regarding shoulder turn, club head speed, and distance. So right now, given the math, he's suggesting that 10 degrees increase in shoulder turn is equal to 4.3 miles per hour increase in club head speed and 11 yards. Now I've talked to Jim Natoli and Dr. Smith. Terry O'Pre's discussed it with us. We're going to be working on getting some research done here, ideally before January, and got some results in. But this is the logic of this for me is a no-brainer, which is also why looking at that Golf Digest article this month is a little bit different in terms of understanding where they're coming from. Because a full shoulder turn, as you'll see here in a little bit, for me, wrist cock adds power. It adds leverage. So, and speaking of wrist cock, I have both hands, by the way, and I'll show you why in a moment. But I have the upper core power spot marked on the first pad up. I have the middle core power spot marked on my first knuckle up on my middle finger. And I have the blue power spot marked on that second pad up. So this our last session, we looked at heel pad and how much heel pad needs to be on top. And if you haven't, marked that with a paint stick. So we'll touch upon this again in just a moment. But when you have the right set, you're going to have maximum wrist cock. We'll see that in a moment. So this is wrist cock in this direction. This is wrist hinge. So this is cupping, this is bowing, this is cocking. So wrist cock requires really a flat left wrist. If you were wherever you are right now, you'll notice that I have no wrist cock right here. My feet are together, close together, and it has a lot to do with stance width, has to do with everything in your set. Now, as we look at shoulder turn, we're looking at everything from grip to posture, open hip line, restrict shoulder rotation. So getting those hips parallel to the target line, getting in the correct posture, having the correct grip sets the shoulder turn. All of that goes together with wrist cock. And as we add the trail hang.